Okay, so I don't condone any of this, unless they touch you, then yeah, I guess, but still, I don't condone any of this. So okay, so the last video I posted, I had, my first day of school, like going back to school, and the reason I never got to finish recording it is because I had an incident happen, in which it was me getting into a fight my first day back. And yeah, I'm gonna show the video, and explain what happened. So okay, so I think this was after lunch, or I think after lunch I had another class, and then we switched. So I think it was after lunch, and then I took another class, and then we switched, and it's where the fight took place. So point is, I was in the first floor, and I went inside the restroom, and then I started using, the restroom. And as I was using it, right, I washed my hands, I dried my hands, and then I walk outside the restroom. But as I'm walking outside, I bump into a kid, right? But usually when I walk past somebody, I lift up my hand, because the people be tall, and, so just in case I bump into them, I can like move them aside. So we bump into each other, I move him aside, right? And then he says something, and he looks at me, and he goes like this, And then I guess the problem with me is I have like an ego, I guess. I don't like when people talk bad about me. So so I went into the restroom, right? Okay. And so I went into the restroom, right? And oh, okay. So I got lost. Okay. So we bump in, boom, right? He says something, I go into the restroom, I'm like, what? And then he starts talking, and then I tell him like, hey, like, don't say that, because he's saying something about me, and I'm like, hey, don't say that. And then at that point, I guess I let myself get the best of me, right? And so I say, F all that, like, we can get into it, right? I walk into the restroom, and then he swings at me first, right? But like, I have longer reach, so I punch him in the face. But when I punch him, like, it kind of like pushes his face. So like I punch him, and then and I think he comes back at me, and like I kind of push him to the wall, and then he hits himself in the wall, and then I end up grabbing him, because I can't. Well, I'm not gonna say I can't fight, but at the moment I can't fight because of my arm, my shoulder, my left shoulder. I got surgery for that, so yeah. And so I'm like, in my head I'm like, oh damn, my shoulder, I can't fight. So I end up grabbing him, and we end up going to the, I guess he ends up pushing me to the urinal, and he starts swinging, and then I kind of push him, and then he punches me in my left thigh. And then after that, like I don't want to, like, I ain't want to fight because of my shoulder, and because I ain't want to get in trouble. It's my first day back, and the deans come because they know there's a fight going on, and then they question me about it, and like I start denying everything. I'm like, I don't have nothing to do with it, right? Then they look at the cameras, and since there's no cameras in the restroom, for obvious reasons, but they look at the cameras, they take me into the room, and they start questioning me like who got to fighting if it wasn't you, and then who. The only reason I got caught is because I busted the kid's lip, and then I made his eyebrow bleed. That's the reason I got caught. And then they took him to the nurse, and they took me into the room with this other kid, because he was there. I think the other kid was friends with that kid, the one I got to fighting with. But they took him to the nurse, they took both of us, and then we were like denying everything so we wouldn't get in trouble. But the kid that I got into a fight with, he ended up saying that I was the one that was fighting, and so I got suspended. This was on Monday, 6 days ago. Yeah, so I've been suspended like ever since then. And then I returned Wednesday. Oh damn. Hold on. Yeah, I returned Wednesday. Wednesday was hold on. They gave me a piece of paper. I returned Wednesday. It's the 19th. Yeah. It says it right here. I don't want to show my personal information. But right here, it says, got into a fight in the boys' restroom, first floor, whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna pop up a picture. But yeah. And then it said fighting. And then right here it says fighting major. If it focuses. Well, I'm gonna pop up the pictures, but yeah. So yeah, so that's why, I didn't finish recording. Because I got taken out of school early, They came and got me. Had to explain what happened. And yeah. Let me know if y'all want more stories, because low-key, this ain't my first time fighting. I don't condone it, but my first time fighting was, defending my own family. And then other than that, I got more stories. So let me know if y'all want like me telling y'all like stories of me fighting. Yeah, which I shouldn't be condoning, but it's whatever. It already happened. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully I explained it well, because if not, then I'll probably make another video like of me explaining it like better if y'all want me to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's currently 11:43 on a Sunday. So tomorrow I have class. I'm suspended, so I'm not going. I go back Wednesday in 2 days. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, But yeah.